Welcome to Fastang 444. Subscribe, please. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers. I have around 10 starting locations that I go through, and I am back around the greenhouse after going through all of those, so that gives you an idea how many games I've played today. This is kind of the home base for me, and I am angled southeast, where if there was a drop over towards those greenhouses that are ahead, I would have seen it between the tiles, and I actually did not see or hear a drop nearby, so I'm just going to move over to this road. Sometimes drops do appear even though you do not see or hear them, and in this case that doesn't happen. So I will look around as the game is starting, and I saw a drop right behind me. Don't see anyone on the mini-map over this direction, so I will be able to get to it before they will. Looking over towards the greenhouse area as I come over, and there are actually multiple online gaming friends and some very skilled players in this game, and I will pause it throughout the game showing you those players that are in this game. There's a vehicle right over here. I think they are in a level 1. Here's HesitatedJam, one of the world's top players actually. He's very difficult to beat, rarely makes mistakes. Yes, this is a level 1. They were trying to hide out in the trees here. So I will go back over to this road, go around the south end of Teotihuacan. I call it the Pyramid Strip for obvious reasons. Let's go through this greenhouse, and I'm looking for a H-shaped pattern of roads. I want to be on the left edge of that H. This is a flat path through here. If you go too far to the right, there's a bump. There's just a small bump there. Get over the highway. Slow down as I go over. Sometimes if you go too fast, you can flip over and reset or spin out and wind up losing the head-to-head right there, so I didn't want to do that. This finishes over across the stream. Slow down so I don't run into any trees here. There's some buildings over here, and I run right into one. I still will get the win in, and I hand it to my opponent for not rage quitting. They were so far away it didn't show their gamer tag. They did not rage quit, and here I am getting into an Audi RS7, and look at this. HesitatedJam and JR Fernandez both got into level 6s at the identical time I was getting into this. So I'm heading away from the progression of the game towards the perimeter of the next arena as it is shrinking into the second arena. Here's a vehicle here. I have to watch out they don't come by me with momentum going the direction of a head-to-head. Even though I may have a faster vehicle, that I don't know. And at the speed they are moving, I don't think I do. They have an equally as fast vehicle. Chase them for a little while and realize that, so I will circle back away from the progression of the game. Here's a vehicle over here. What are they in? Let's cross paths with them. They are now level 3 Audi Sport Quattro, and I'll slow this down. Watch this. This was very quizzical. What happens here? So they turned around and tried ramming me, and I can't say I've ever seen seen an opponent do that. I've seen griefers do that, but never an opponent in a head-to-head. So that was odd. Here's HesitatedJam getting into a level 7 Porsche Cayenne. There's LPerez getting into a Audi RS7. So we are all kind of leveling up around the same time. I'll be in a level 7 here shortly. They wind up rage quitting. Actually, I wouldn't even call that a rage quit. I was very close to the finish point, so they just quit just before I got to the finish point. Cancel, rage quit. I can't say I blame them. They knew they were going to lose. I might have done the same. Rage quit is when you do it kind of early on. And there's a vehicle here. Don't want to give them the advantage going the direction of a head-to-head. And I think that was actually HesitatedJam. There's J.R. Fernandez just won a head-to-head. And J.R. Fernandez gets into a Ferrari. So let's head over here, take a peek at this drop. And right when I get here, I see there is a vehicle over on the mini-map coming over to look at this drop as well. Let's see if we can get into a head-to-head. What are they at? Another vehicle is chasing us, or me. And this winds up being a Chola. They run into that tree. I think they were trying to jump into the stream where they would reset facing this direction possibly, and watch them. They get hung up in the guardrail there, which is no surprise. The Chola gets hung up on just about anything, so I shouldn't have a problem beating them. They're spinning their tires back there, trying to get some momentum. And off we go across the highway. LPerez getting into a Merc AMG GT. Very nice. More of a level 9 top speed vehicle. I see this vehicle as I near this finish point on the mini-map, so I am going to turn over towards Horizon Mexico, which is where it looked like they were going, and I believe they are on a car drop search as I get into this level 8 RJ Anderson. See them there. So usually that is a sign they are in a lower or mid-level vehicle. HesitatedJam just winning a head-to-head. And that vehicle, or driver, just took a level 5. HesitatedJam gets into a level 8 Lamborghini Murcielago. So I'm going to engage in a head-to-head. They are heading kind of away from the direction of a head-to-head. I thought it might go southeast, this head-to-head, but it goes into New Lake. So that's a clue. The final arena will be around New Lake. Go around those rocks, get on the road, go through this intersection into New Lake. LPerez gets into a level 8 Camaro. And I will angle over to the left. There is a gap into the city over here. There's actually a dotted dirt road, which is where I can get into the city. I thought I got it, but I got right in between these buildings here. I kind of get hung up, spinning my wheels. I was actually concerned I might lose this head-to-head at this point, but I had a decent enough lead where I won't. And there was a head-to-head that was going off to the side there that just completed. And the winner of that head-to-head gets into a Jeep Trackhawk like I am. So I'm going to go over here and get on this bridge over here on the perimeter and turn around and try and catch a vehicle that completes a head-to-head and then go through Mule Lake Hills over towards the highway. That's the plan. And there's a head-to-head, actually two head-to-heads just complete simultaneously right in front of me. So I'm going to pull ahead. I'm going to pause this at different intervals. There's a vehicle that just got into a Camaro. I'm going to try and engage in a head-to-head with them. There's that Jeep Trackhawk that just got into a head-to-head with a Ferrari. And watch this. I will slow this down. A lot goes down through here. So here's two Jeep Trackhawks, myself against the Camaro, the other Trackhawk against the Ferrari. And here comes HesitatedJam, and the Lamborghini Murcielago skips off the top of the Ferrari. Through Mule Lake Hills we go. I like my chances against the Camaro off-road because, as you all may know, the Camaro is terrible off-road, and that's the break I needed. They kind of landed sideways off of that hill and lost most of their momentum. So I'm trying to maintain my direction over to this finish here, and HesitatedJam just completed a head-to-head there and winds up staying in the Lamborghini Murcielago. You won't see that because I am leveling up. And the other driver that was in the Jeep Trackhawk gets into a Mercedes AMG 1. And that is the highest top speed vehicle in the Eliminator. The Brockie that I am taking is the second in speed. So that's that information there for you. Yes, they may not be 100% accurate, but that's a good tool to use for top speed. So don't get into the whole leaving comments you're off by a couple miles per hour or kilometers per hour. That's minuscule. So this is 3 drivers left. I am going to stay over here away from engaging in a head-to-head. I thought about trying to get into a late head-to-head with the Mercedes AMG 1, but I figured I will just take my chances and try and time my exit perfectly, get an advantage in the final showdown. If I can get in front of them with normally an eastbound highway run, I could possibly block them or bump them into a guardrail. So that's the plan. I will drive over here away from them. I think that is the Mercedes AMG 1 over here. Going to time going into the final arena, not leaving enough time for them to complete a head-to-head, and I'm going to try and engage in a head-to-head with them when I go over there to see if I can get them to run out of position. I've done that many times before. Sometimes people don't realize there isn't enough time to complete a head-to-head and will go running off into Mule Lake. And like I said, they'll get caught out of position. So there they are, right there. And that is the Mercedes AMG 1. Let's challenge them. Well, in this case it didn't work. They didn't fall for that trick, so I will just come over here. This is the point I actually like to lead from for this final showdown right here.
Head-to-heads complete. Get ready for the final showdown.
You can see on the map this point that I like to lead from. This is Arena 13. The range of time to leave is 21 to 24 seconds. I will leave it 21 seconds because the Brockie has a very quick acceleration rate. The AMG 1, on the other hand, should leave at 23 seconds. So when 23 seconds goes by, I realize I am going to have an advantage here on timing my exit. And here's HesitatedJam going the other direction. I initially did not know that was him during this game. I thought he might be trying to be a griefer, but now I realize he was trying to influence the finish the other direction. I exit with speed at 2.5 seconds. Timeout bar has 1 second remaining. I have a great lead here timing my exit with speed, so I like my chances being able to beat the AMG 1 in this final showdown. HesitatedJam is not a factor at this point. Finish looks to be on or very close to the highway. I am not going to open up the map because it causes you to lose momentum, speed. So I will just go to wherever this finish point is as I near it. I see it's just over on the ramp, and I came close to hitting that immovable object, that sign, and I'll slow this next part down. Watch this.
Winner! Welcome to the Illuminati!
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video along with all of my videos. And if you've been enjoying my content, subscribe please. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers.